Oral production. I just going to answer the questions. So the first question is, what are they talking about? And in the audio, of course, they are talking about the memorizations and some tips about how to improve the way we do. First, they start to talk about Charles, who just published an article, and I have already said about memorization. Then Charles started talking about the process of memorization, and he said that everyone used the memory on the same way, and he said that actually we learn to use memory when we are very young. So then he gives some advices. Um, the second question is, who is the host? The lady is Mary, and who is the guest? As I said, the guest is Charles. What are the tips mentioned? So the first tip is association. We can use the word and associate to remember an idea or a concept. This means, for example, you choose a word or a phrase and associate with the idea that you want to remember. For example, the example that Charles gave was, you could choose your the name of your pet dog for remember a scientific equation, for example. Then is visualization. This is visualize an image that is related with the idea you want to remember. For example, if you want to remember a card, for example, a queen, the diamond queen, for example, you could visualize a queen with with two faces, for example. And when you remember a queen with two faces, you're going to remember that is that card. Then he said that singing is a trick of memorization too. For example, if you want to memorize dates or important events, you can sing them aloud. The next question is, have you ever tried any of those tips? I think so. I have used them at some point. For example, the last semester at the university, I had to sing to memorize a poem, and I usually use the association method. For example, for exams or for oral tests, and I learned from a TV show a technique that is similar to association. Also, it includes visualization. It is called the memory palace. You have to associate the idea or the fact you want to remember with the action you do in the place. For example, as he said, to memorize cards, you associate each card with something different no matter what, and then you give a space in your memory palace. The memory palace is the clearest place in your mind. You can explore everything in your mind. For example, the palace of each person is different, but it have to be big with a lot of detail and vivid. The next question is, which one would you like to apply? I think each method is good, and I would like to apply them all. Yes. And the next question is, what's your opinion on the advice provided? I think that is a good advice. you could improve your methods of memorizing and get a better memory. It could help you, for example, in the school, like me, with exams and also with homework. The next question: have you got a good memory? I think so. Yes, I have. For example, I was able to memorize an almost complete poem by Pablo Neruda. I just couldn't learn the last two stanzas, but I think in one night, I think that my memory is quite good. And the last question is: what do you do to help you remember things when you are studying? I use the method of association and visualization in the Memory Palace. I couldn't explain it very well, but I think you get the idea.